So let's talk about these airdrops in Gaza, because they are now killing people. Yes, you heard that correctly. So the aid that is meant to be nourishing, nurturing, sustaining, and feeding Gazans is actually literally dropping on top of people and taking their lives. And today, 12 people died because of these aid drops, courtesy of the United States and co. So this is from, let me read to you, this is from Reuters, okay? 12 people have drowned trying to reach aid dropped by plane off a Gaza beach. Remember, that's just today. The other day, 6 people died because it fell on them. 12 people have drowned trying to reach aid dropped by plane off a Gaza beach. A video of the airdrop obtained by Reuters showed crowds of people running towards the beach in North Gaza as crates with parachutes floated down, then people standing deep in water and bodies being pulled onto the sand. It is the latest in a string of incidents involving deaths during aid deliveries in the tiny, crowded Palestinian enclave, where some people are foraging for weeds to eat and baking barely edible bread from animal feed. Once again, I've done videos on how people are eating animal food in Gaza, and I also did a video last week on how the Israelis block aid trucks from going into Gaza. You have to watch that one. You really have to go and find this video. It's on the channel, and send it to people, because your mind will explode when you see how disgusting it is, how they block the food trucks. It is unbelievable. So the video from today showed the apparently lifeless body of a bearded young man being hauled onto the beach, the eyes open but unmoving, and another man trying to revive him with chest compressions as somebody said, "It's over." He swam to get food for his children, and he was martyred, said a man standing on the beach who did not give his name. They should deliver aid through the overland crossings. Why are they doing this to us? That's what he exclaimed. And here's a video. This is a C-130 Hercules dropping food. And they've got all sorts of promo propaganda. I mean, look, okay, planes are really cool, but, you know, do you really have to get the, crews at ITV or Sky News to get on board the damn plane and film you dropping? This is state propaganda at this point. Let's be very clear. The press in England can accompany the RAF dropping food, or they can accompany the Israelis into Gaza, so they can film propaganda for both of them, but they can't actually go into Gaza by themselves and just film what is happening and film the truth. Interesting, right? Very interesting. You saw it in the video, it says 10 tons of food a day. Once again, one single truck can carry twice that amount into Gaza. So, what is that? 10 tons of food a day sounds like a lot to somebody who has no clue how much, a trailer or a proper truck can carry. Yeah, it sounds like a lot. Obviously, but it's not actually a lot of food. It's nothing. It's a joke. When you're talking about feeding 2 million people who are in a war zone, who are dying, isolated from the world, and who have, it's not just a war, of course, there's a genocide. It's even worse. It's like, it's a systematic, extermination of a certain people. So it's not just a question of they happen to be, in the crossfire. No, they are the targets. So it's like the RAF, the RAF take a break from giving bombs to the Israelis to dropping some food that will, decapitate someone in Palestine. I mean, it's ironic in a very sad way. And then the stuff falls into the ocean as well. So you have food that is falling into the ocean, the aid drops themselves fall into the water, and they wash up like this. Here you've got the UAE also sending, boxes of food, while they're, of course, allowing the Israelis to drive lorries and trucks full of food to Netanyahu and establishing a land bridge and an economic corridor, a rival to the new Silk Road. They buy out, they think that they can buy out the Palestinians with a few boxes of food. These are the Palestinians of Gaza that we're talking about, the ones that are living under Israeli bombs. They think they can buy them with crates of worthless, food that doesn't even reach them, that falls in the water, that is, falling on top of their heads. Who do they think they're dealing with exactly here? Who do they think they are dealing with? Have they not understood that Gazans are resilient? You can't beat them. No one can beat them. How? Not even with bombs. Could you beat them? And they think they can bribe them with this crap. I wish it would reach them. I wish it would reach them. It doesn't even reach them. Look at this, for example. You've got boxes of food stuck between two buildings. Well done. Here's another one. Look at this lovely, graceful, swift landing. Just like a bird. I mean, this is a serious security threat. I'm not joking. Forget the starvation. Forget the bombs. You can't have random boxes dropping on people's heads. Again, I feel like I'm a lunatic or something. I have to explain this or something. I don't know. Either I'm nuts or the world is nuts. One of us is crazy. I don't know who it is, but I shouldn't have to explain that dropping random boxes on people is a security threat. You can't tell me that it's impossible to coordinate a specific landing zone, an LZ, and notify the Palestinians. Even while you're committing genocide against them, you can't tell me that the Air Force are so incapable that they cannot drop crates of food on a specific part of the beach, but they can drop bombs on people. I mean, no. I'm sorry. Again, I'm getting very, very, deep into this discussion. It's an absurd discussion to be had in the first place. There's no need to drop food by air whatsoever. They can just simply have the food go through. And again, you will understand that the food is able to reach the Palestinians with ease, because the Rafah crossing, which is right here, all the Egyptians have to do is drive straight on the same highway, the exact same highway, right? See the highway 40? All they have to do is drive straight, and then they reach Gaza, and that's it. Instead, what do? They go south, and they go to the Israeli crossings, and they let the Israelis waste time, waste weeks, and then people are starving to death in Gaza and being bombed. How nice. How nice. This is what happens when you have a person like Sisi in charge, when you have a traitor, a killer in charge, who is attacking people in Egypt, who forbids protests or makes it impossible to protest in Egypt, who doesn't allow the will of the Egyptian people to be fulfilled, which is to stop the genocide in Gaza, to break off ties with Israel, and to bomb them back out of Gaza. This is what Egyptians want. This is actually what Egyptians want. There's maybe a tiny percentage who don't want that, but they are irrelevant. They don't count. They're unheard of. What the majority want is what I just told you. The majority don't want this. So he betrays his own people. He betrays the Arabs, and then most of all the Palestinians. And who does he work for? He works for the West, for Israel. He does what they want. This is the problem. The Arab world is captured by these traitors. This is the problem. It's a handful of people. Meanwhile, in Gaza they deal with this. I mean, how dare they show their faces, honestly? And they talk about peace. They talk about peace.